How do you think the season would have played out a bit differently had the AI arena not been a factor or a twist?
Tucker would have been backdoored already. And I think that would have kind of changed the dynamic of the house and forced people to choose their divide from there.
Okay, gotcha.
With the AI arena, though, it feels like Tucker's never getting out of there. Like, the guy can win every one of those, he seems.
Yeah, he's a super strong competitor. So it's interesting. I'm interested to see if they even end the twist. This could be the year where the twist goes the whole time.
Welcome to the Secret Alliance podcast, where we talk about the game of Big Brother with the people who play it. I'm Jason Guy from Big Brother Season 3, joined by Hannah Chaddha from BB23. Cedric Hodges, a 21-year-old former Marine hailing from sunny California, steps out of the Big Brother 26 arena armed with lots of charisma for this post-eviction chat.
Cedric on the Secret Alliance.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we were rooting for you. I mean, from my family in Alabama to people all over the country. We were hoping that something would change in your game. I mean, you had the potential to take it all the way, right, Hannah?
Yeah, absolutely. Cedric, you were definitely a player who I think surprised a lot of us the most, just because you are so young and full of life and full of energy. Not a bad thing by any means. So we just weren't sure how you were going to play. And Jason, you want to ask the first question kind of going off of that?
Yeah, you were seemingly this underdog here in the game, and then you got some power. What or maybe who do you feel led to the unraveling of your game there, Cedric? And you know, the eviction, do you call it a blind side?
I think there was more than one point of failure. So Quinn talking about the Pentagon to T4 and Chemo is what really did it in, and then Chemo positioning really hard to send me home kind of did it in as well. For the blindside effect, I knew going into the week that if I was sitting next to Ravina in the final two dom chairs, it was going to be really, really, really hard for me to stay. So it might have been a blindside because I thought I had the numbers, but in the sense, I always kind of knew T-Core and Chemo weren't people that I could count on. It's the reason I'm on.
Gotcha. Okay, well, who or how do you think the season would have played out a bit differently had the AI arena not been a factor or a twist?
Tucker would have been backdoored already. And I think that would have kind of changed the dynamic of the house and forced people to choose their divide from there.
Okay, gotcha.
With the AI arena, though, it feels like Tucker's never getting out of there. Like, the guy can win every one of those, he seems.
Yeah, he's a super strong competitor. So it's interesting. I'm interested to see if they even end the twist. This could be the year where the twist goes the whole time, and now you got to put 3 people on the block.
I really hope not. Because as much as I love the comps this season, they're a lot more equitable and fair. Big Brother's supposed to be a social game and a strategic game. So I want less of the competitions, more emphasis on how you can use this to get yourself ahead. But our second question, or third question, I guess, is who were you the most loyal to? You had the core, you had the Pentagon, the collective, but who within those alliances was your ride or die?
The Pentagon is where I was most loyal to, except for Quinn. We were going to cut Quinn in the first double eviction, but, you know, Brooklyn, Chelsea, Cam, that's where I was, and I was trying to protect them at all costs. So.
Okay. And if you could give advice to any of the players left in the game, who would it be and what would you tell them? They obviously got to record goodbye messages for you, but if you could give one of them a goodbye message, what would it say?
Quinn, please stop telling everybody everything. It's not going to go well.
So do you want to see Quinn stay in the game for a long time? Does that mean like you would be trying to help him? You're rooting for him, or where are you with that?
Kind of both. Mostly because Quinn's telling people that are putting my people in danger. So that's the main reason. But not to mention, you know, the loyalty is still with the Pentagon, so I'd like to see them all go as far as possible. Quinn could go out like 5th or 6th, and I would be happy.
Okay. Well, 5th place is a great spot to be. I got it. No, I'm just kidding. But last question is, who do you think is going to be joining you at this week eviction? Spoiler alert, Tucker is the HOH. He won the wall. That's not a spoiler. It was on last night's episode. And he put up Brooklyn, Cam, and Quinn. Who do you think is going home?
I'm interested to see because I heard through the grapevine Tucker's going to use the veto on Quinn and put Chelsea as a replacement nominee. I don't think Chelsea goes home, so it's going to be between Brooklyn and Quinn. Brooklyn's really smart. Or between Brooklyn and Cam. Brooklyn's really smart socially, so Cam might end up joining me this week.
Oh, okay. So you think Brooklyn's going to be able to talk herself out of it? Who do you feel like is the bigger target in the house as of right now?
I think Brooklyn's the biggest target in the house because Tucker realizes Brooklyn can kind of talk her way in and out of things. But it's all gonna come down to how much sway Ravina and the others have over Tucker to figure out who gets evicted this week.
Right.
But Brooklyn or Cam, I think, is gonna join me.
Okay. Yeah. And Tucker seems to be looking for Brooklyn. He wants her as his target and he wants her out. Let's talk here. Last thing with you as a former military guy, your background there, how do you think that impacted your gameplay? And are there some lessons you learned from this house, BB26?
Yeah. So the military was like big on the mental aspect of the game. The mental challenge is something that I think a lot of people overlook, from being separated to your family, to losing connections, to worrying about people always talking about you. But in a sense, it was like I've already experienced that in boot camp in the military. So didn't have that strong effect on me. As for lessons that I've taken outside of the Big Brother house, I could say that, you still have to be careful with what you tell people because it doesn't matter. Sometimes they're not as secretive as you think.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Well, which one's harder? Big Brother, the military?
I think, they're different levels of hardness. The military is probably harder than Big Brother, but Big Brother is also a challenge.
Okay, interesting.
So it's even in the ballpark. I thought it was going to be military all the way tougher. Well, last thing.
Big Brother's hard.
Yeah. If you're picking one person to win it all from here, who are you rooting for?
I think Chelsea has the best chance in the game right now. So Chelsea's probably got it.
All right.
Okay. Amazing. Well, we'll be curious to see if your predictions play out. But thank you so much, Cedric, for joining us on the Secret Alliance podcast. We were rooting for you. We loved watching you play. And, fingers crossed that they bring you back in some capacity because I think America wants more of Cedric. So thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be here with y'all.
Thank you for checking out the Secret Alliance podcast. Make sure you tell someone who loves Big Brother all about us. Please subscribe to the channel, like this video, watch some more, and leave us your comments.